Hi, I'm Jon Sawyer, Executive Director of the Pulitzer Center on Crisis Reporting. The Pulitzer Center is an organization that was created with the idea of identifying important untold stories and getting them out to the broadest possible audience. So what are we looking for? What makes for a successful project? First, make sure you're plowing truly new ground. One of the most successful projects we've done was with a group of young journalists with very little in the way of professional journalism experience. What they had was an extraordinarily important topic: access to clean water and sanitation, the lack of which accounts for more deaths per year than HIV/AIDS, malaria, and tuberculosis combined. They came to us with multimedia skills, one of them a photographer-videographer, one specializing in print, another in radio. They gave themselves plenty of time on the ground, 4 months in Ethiopia and Kenya. And they worked with us to pitch their stories across the country, breaking the big project up into multiple pieces suitable for print, radio, and television, as well as for dissemination on YouTube and other web platforms. Second, you look for a compelling story, something that will grab an audience. An example is a project we've just launched on Guinea-Bissau. Photojournalist Marco Vernaschi was on the scene when the president and army chief of that West African country were murdered last March. It's a story of a country that has pretty much been taken over by drug cartels and terrorist organizations at enormous cost to its people. But what makes this so riveting is Marco's personal story. Third, think about placement not just in the news media, but outreach beyond. This is a process that involves multiple outlets, aggressive use of web platforms, and lots of focus on repurposing the work in ways that make it accessible to many different audiences. Our project this spring on women and children in crisis drew on work we had sponsored in Nepal, Iraq, Liberia, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. That work lives on via an interactive web portal that lets users discuss the issues with journalists, with each other, and even with the subjects of the reporting. In this case, via videos of young people from Iraq and Congo and former Kemlari's indentured servant girls in Nepal. The main lesson we've learned, producing nearly 100 of these projects over the past few years, is that when you're dealing with underreported topics, you have to approach them not just as one-off events, as reports for television or newspapers seen once and done. You have to see them really as issue awareness campaigns. And if you approach them that way from the start, you'll get the impact you seek.